to that.
Yes.
Many people suffer from improper bowel movements, and you know what? I think we've just come to accept that. I know I was one of those people. I had really horrible digestion, and in return, really horrible bowel movements that weren't regular, and so on and so on. So I think we just come to accept that's the way it is. Every time I eat, I have to run to the bathroom. And for me, it was like clockwork. Like every time I ate, I would be like going to the bathroom. And if I was at somebody else's house or if I was at a restaurant, I would actually position myself close to the bathroom. Or if there wasn't a bathroom available, I just wouldn't eat. I would just be hungry.
I didn't know that.
Because I did not want to go through that. And it can be painful. It can be really so much discomfort that it's painful.
Well, I think that, usually we hear about the opposite. Like people aren't able to, like constipation is a big thing.
Oh yeah,
so
that too.
People aren't able to go to the bathroom on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you were...
That was the opposite issue. Every time I ate, it just, right through me.
Yeah.
And not pleasantly.
So I think that realizing what Dorothy was saying is the first thing, like the first point and goal we want to express to you is that just because that feels normal to you or because it's been happening for so long doesn't mean it is normal, doesn't mean it has to be that way or stay that way. And it's really based around food. Like once we have better nutrition going into our gut, into our intestines, our body can process food at a higher rate, and our body can utilize and turn into energy, which is why we were supposed to eat way back when.
Yeah.
We eat for different purposes now, but we want to eat to nutritionize our body, and by putting better quality foods into your body processes it much differently.
Mm-hmm. And we should be having regular bowel movements. Every day.
You should have a bowel movement every day. Usually in the morning is your body, your gut, your intestines are more relaxed, and you just slept, like your body was at rest. Many times when we have a big giant meal in the evening, and then our body is trying to process that food. And that's why we don't get a restful night's sleep. That's why we don't have any energy in the mornings, because our body takes all the energy from our entire body that's supposed to be healing our body and puts it to our gut and into our intestines, and it's trying to process and it's trying to digest. So when you wake up and you don't feel great, it's because your body just took all that energy and put it in one area.
Mm-hmm. And whenever there's different topics that we talk about, for example, hydration, and now we're talking about the digestion and the bowel movements. But whatever it is, it always relates to the day before. Yes. So, for example, if you wake up and you have no energy, that's because of something that happened the day before. And most likely, like Drew said, we had our nutrition wasn't very great, or we had a huge meal before we went to bed. So whenever you're not feeling the best on a particular day, always look to what happened the day before, not the day of.
So just a couple of things. So pay attention to your bowel movements and how often they are. It's a good chance you need more fiber in your diet. And I know that people say, you need to eat like bran or have like a bran muffin to increase the fiber, but there's a lot of different things. We need a well-balanced meal of fiber, and a lot of that comes from greens, for example. But we need that.
Greens are our friend.
We need that to help our body digest. And then I think working towards or trying to have a bowel movement every day. So if you don't have a bowel movement every day, or if it's like once a week or once every 3 days, that means there's something not going on properly there. And I think that's important to understand and recognize, is that we want to have everything flushed out. Those toxins, those substances our body isn't using, it needs to get rid of it somehow. And if that's not happening, we're storing that inside our body, which is causing it to release toxins in different areas.
Mm-hmm. And on the flip side, if you are having the runs, let's just say it that way, every time that you're eating, then something isn't right either, right?
Yeah.
So we need to look to food.
Right. Fermented food is a big one that we talk about all the time. That can certainly help with digestion and help with proper movements. And then pay attention to how much you eat out, because many times they put in all kinds, like MSG, they put in different types of oils, rancid usually. And when we have, like, if you eat, then you have to run to the bathroom right away. There's usually something in that food that that shouldn't be in there.
And that's how I know that MSG is in food. If I eat out, and because immediately bathroom. So I'm like, oh darn, there was MSG in that, most likely.
And the other thing is paying attention to your bowel movements the next morning after you eat. So if you go and eat out, then the next morning things didn't really come out right, then like just pay attention, because then you don't want to go back to that same place.
No.
Like, don't keep going to the same place that causes your body to have reject the food that's coming out. Like it should be nice and smooth, and shouldn't
easy.
Should be easy.
It shouldn't be difficult.
Shouldn't be runny, and it shouldn't be straining. It should come out nice and natural.